Okay, so here we are, a breezy Tuesday afternoon in Sheffield. I'm just walking, I've just been through the park, going through this nice little suburban street. I'm just making my way down to the centre now. Been a good day so far today. Did a really good workout this morning. Helped my nephew with his writing skills this morning as well. And then just working as well on top of that. So getting a lot done. I just finished editing the first half of my book as well, so part 1 is done, finished that today. And it got to about 4:30, the rain started to clear, and I thought, right, let's get out and let's practice some, not social freedom, social expression. I'm going to change the word for the time being. I'm going to change the wording, because when you say freedom, you're always invoking freedom from something, freedom from oppression, freedom from prison, whatever it is. And so you're evoking the thing, you're evoking something you don't want to evoke. So I'm going to evoke social expression, social spontaneity, social happiness. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. Yesterday, actually, I was in a cafe yesterday and could have done a couple of approaches, but something in my mind actually, it's possibly just BS, but there was something in my mind which was kind of like, can these girls handle me? Like, genuinely, can they actually handle me? I don't know. I actually don't know sometimes with the Brits. It's kind of like how much do I want to refine and sand myself down for this approach. It was inside a cafe as well. Ultimately, I still want to do it because I want to be a practitioner, you know, not a talker, but a practitioner, which is what I am. But yeah, it was just sort of like thing in my mind. I was like, can I actually even handle this, you know? You almost feel like you're committing a crime as well, because there's so many NPCs, like all the coffee shop workers, everyone there is just basically an NPC. So you drawing attention to yourself, it's like you're committing a crime. It's actually kind of nuts. Like I've been in countries with Sharia law who are more socially free than the UK by quite a margin, which is a very interesting thing to think about. But I did think about this, and I kind of, you know, the conclusion is always the same. Look, brother, it's on you to lead. Stop asking permission from the NPCs. Stop asking if the girl's actually going to be able to handle it or not. Teach them. It's on you to lead at all times. So yeah, that was the kind of quote unquote mindset shift that I had to impose upon myself. You know, at the moment it's just very much a case of just doing what I can in the environment. Basically out here, I'm literally like, honestly, I'm like fucking Jude Bellingham playing for like Grimsby or something. It isn't really even close to the right arena for this type of presence and these types of skills. But I just got to kind of keep it ticking over, because I think the alternative is to not do anything. I don't see that as an alternative. And I think maybe 5 months down the line, I might have gained something from what I'm doing now. That's the way I'm looking at it. So yeah, we'll keep going through the streets. Let's see if we can get a few compliments in, get a bit of vibration in. Hopefully I'll get hit by a Land Rover on the way down. But yeah, I've come out quite late today, so it'll be interesting to see if what transpires. So after the dynamism and energy and piss and vinegar of that first video, I actually found myself accomplishing none of the things I set out to do. No social expression exercises, no approaches, no compliments, a couple of conversations with random friends and stuff that I bumped into on the way down, which was good. I'm getting my steps in, that's for sure, on a daily basis. So yeah, you can see where I'm at right now. It's very sparse, and this is actually one of the main parts of the city centre where I am. On a Saturday during the university term, it's not too bad. Sheffield really is a city that, for approach and for like meeting sexy girls, it really is. It really is during the uni time, to be honest, that they're about getting some weird looks there. It really is during the uni phase. You know, you've got the kind of 19 to let's say 26 undergrads, grads. There's all sorts. I dated a PhD girl here like a decade ago. Funny, then like 5 years later I was dating an undergrad, which is kind of funny. But there's not a lot once they've left, once they've shipped off. It's minimal. And I'm feeling as well in the UK, I'm feeling this kind of strange, how would I put it? It's this kind of mind-built manacles that everybody's living in. And when you break out of that a little bit, you do get a lot of stares. I find that with videos, I find that with approaches, and Sheffield is even more like that than many places. So yeah, it's a factor there, and it's something that I think is important to combat. I think it's important for me to combat, and I think this is happening for me at the moment, to find a way through this, to maintain that social expression, that social liberty, even when no one else has it, no one else around me has it, I can still maintain it because I'm not dependent on anyone else. But I do think it is fair to have, the discussion, especially with daytime approach. What can be achieved in, this is not even a small city, it's just, the city centre is very quiet during this time of year. What can actually be achieved? She looks pretty nice there. Anyway, what can be achieved? And the answer is not that much, in my opinion. Not that much. I think you've got to be you can go out and you can do 3 approaches on a Saturday. I think that's actually pretty good. I like to be in an environment now where I'm approaching and there's stuff in my vicinity. I'm going to the shops, chat to the guys in the shops, get my video out, make an interesting video, do an approach, bang, do another approach, bang. Maybe go on an instant date, go and chat to this person, chat to that person. And it's just a very dynamic environment. Santo Domingo's like that. To an extent, Salvador can be like that. Santiago's like that. Manchester definitely is. Sheffield at this time of year just isn't, man. It just isn't. And I don't know if I said it in the previous video, but I do kind of feel like I'm Bellingham playing for Luton Town right now. It's like I shouldn't be here, but it is, basically what it is. Yeah. And then, I've been out for probably about 90 minutes now, and it's like even if you do actually see a good option, you do actually see a good approach, it's kind of like I'm kind of done at this stage. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. It begs the question how best to spend the remainder of my séjour here. I have 6 weeks left. How best to spend this? That's a question. I'm going to dip into the entourage. I'm going to put the question to the entourage boys. I'm sure there's people who've been in this situation. I know Christian and Ephraim have been, they were out in Cyprus, and it's probably a similar thing, although probably a bit better, to be honest. I'm also not allowing my standards to dip either, because, for just approach, I can let them dip a little bit, but like I'm not going to date anyone. I'm not going out with anyone who's like below my current standard, which is basically a minimum of a Santo Domingo 8, which here would be like an 8.5. No, a minimum of a Santo Domingo 7, which here would be an 8. So yeah, I think this will probably be me wrapping up for today. I don't think there's going to be too much going on. May take a trip over to Meadowhall, or may not. I don't know. Maybe text a friend, see what people are saying on the regular social this evening, and yeah, check back in tomorrow for another day. It may be a case actually of starting to do some real crazy social freedom exercises. That actually may be the case here. That may be the option. Yeah, I'm just trying to think what can be accomplished. That is something that could be accomplished here. So yeah, we'll leave things there for today. Check back in again soon enough.